And like I said, I'm conducting a criminal investigation moving forward for DUI, okay? Because I have reason to believe that you were driving impaired. All right, before you say anything else, I'm just gonna... Okay.
No,
you're done.
No,
you're done. Don't fight. Don't fight. Don't fight. You're done.
On April 17th, 2025, officers responded to a crash. A pickup truck ran a red light with 2 young children inside. The driver claimed he was just heading to the grocery store, but the child in the back seat told officers something very different. Would he agree to take a field sobriety test and prove he wasn't impaired?
You good? Your back hurts? All right. The fire department's here, all right? You guys all right? You all right?
Here's your mom.
Hello? Are you coming?
Hey, man, you good?
Yeah.
You got an ID on you?
Yeah.
Where is it at?
You hurting everybody?
No.
You all right?
Yes, yes,
You're scared? You sit in the back seat and you seatbelted in?
yes.
Okay.
Brother's in the car.
Okay. So if you guys...
Do you know your mom's phone number?
Yes.
All right.
You all right? You all right, baby?
It looks like he just said.
Yeah, we just...
Yeah. Hey, guys, do me a favor. Just, like, stand right over here, all right?
Why? See, you won't put them in our truck.
Hey, you good? You good? You guys good? Anything hurt?
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
You want to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he wants to go. Are you the registered owner to this vehicle?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so what happened?
He ran the red light.
Which way were you going?
I was going straight. He was coming from that way.
You're going straight which way?
This way.
From over there?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going this way?
Yeah.
He ran the red light and then T-boned you. Were you wearing your seatbelt?
Yes, I was.
How fast were you going?
I had just pulled off.
Okay, so 10 miles an hour, 15?
15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I help you, sir?
Yeah, I got hit. I was parked there.
Okay. Where'd you get hit?
The pieces flew off the truck and hit her and me.
Okay. Where do you guys have damage to your vehicle?
Yeah, look.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha. I gotcha. Do me a favor. We're assessing them. You guys are injured or no?
No. Just
Do me.
scared.
I gotcha. Do me a favor. Just stay in your cars and I'll come get you. All right?
You want me to move behind him so not...
Stay in your cars and I'll come get you. All right? Just do me a favor. Grab your ID, insurance, and registration. Okay? Give me 1 second. All right? Yes, sir.
He's getting a little
Okay. I gotcha.
He's getting a bit aggro with me.
Yeah, can you do me a favor? Can you grab his information real quick?
Yeah.
Just a phone number for him, please.
No.
What's up, man?
My kids.
Yep, they're with the fire department, all right? They're hanging out, they're sitting down, all right? Where are you coming from?
No.
What'd you say? They're getting checked out, all right? They're all right.
No. Straight sure.
We're making sure. Where were you before this, man?
Just make sure they were
Where were you before this?
at the house.
At the house?
Yeah.
Okay, where are you taking them?
It's a grocery store.
Is there anything you got your seat?
Grocery store. That's it.
The grocery store?
Yeah.
Okay, which direction were you guys traveling?
This way.
What's this way? You guys were going east or west?
East.
You guys are going east?
Yeah.
Okay, where do you live?
Yeah. To the east.
You live to the east?
Yeah.
Okay.
So his kid said he was like passing out behind the wheel, and the mom says he has a known alcohol problem.
Okay. Yeah, I can smell it off of them. So, I'll go from there. Hi, are you mom?
Yeah.
Mom, I'll talk to you over here real quick. And you're okay. Gotcha. Hey, so I was sitting right here when it happened, okay? I didn't see the initial collision, but I was literally right here after it happened, okay? So, did you make the determination whether you want them to get transported to the hospital or not?
They said they're fine.
Your mom.
I know,
Like,
I know.
short of them having something sticking out.
What? I'm just gonna go look at their chest and see if they're fine. I know the seatbelt sign. I work at the trauma unit, but
Okay.
I think they're fine.
Okay. So, if that's what you want to do, totally up to you, okay? Obviously, FD makes a recommendation to us, and then you're the parent, ultimately, right?
He didn't say if he thought that they should go. I asked him.
Okay.
If he says that they should, I will totally allow it.
Maybe ask him again,
Okay.
Because when I was talking to them, they seemed okay to me.
Okay.
However, I'm not a medical professional.
Okay.
That's their job, okay? As far as, let me backtrack. As far as it goes before you guys head out, we have another officer that's just going to grab their information, your information,
Okay.
before you guys leave to the hospital or leave home or whatever, okay? Moving forward from here, after that happens, obviously the vehicles have to get towed, and he's probably going to stay with us for a little bit, okay?
Yeah, I got
Got
it.
it?
I get
All right. Other than that, what questions do you have?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I've talked to him
Yeah, I
very,
can
very
tell.
little,
I
so.
can tell.
Hey guys, do me a favor. What seats were you guys sitting in?
I was over, he was on the far side.
And then you on the closer side. Okay, cool. You guys have your seatbelts on?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What's your first name again? Josh. All right, like I said, my name's Officer Bugalo with Boca PD, okay? I've already asked you some questions about the crash, okay? So can you just run me through again what happened with the crash?
Yeah, now I just pulled through the green light, and he came through, and
Which direction were you traveling?
south to north.
South to north?
Oh, sorry. East to no, sorry. West to east.
West to east.
West to east. Sorry.
Okay, do you remember which lane you were traveling in?
Right-hand lane, I believe.
Right-hand lane?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, and an impact, and
Okay.
I
Were you wearing your seatbelt?
yeah.
How fast were you going roughly?
The speed limit. I mean, we were at a stoplight, so we were.
Okay. And were your kids buckled in?
Yes.
Do you remember which kid was sitting in which seat?
Yeah. The right was.
All right. And anything else after the crash that you remembered?
No.
Okay. Did you lose consciousness at any point?
I guess kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Before, while, or after the accident?
Kind of during.
During the accident? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, listen. So
I just wanted to. My kids are good.
your kids are good. They're over there. They're getting seen by the fire department, okay? Okay, listen. Let me get him to conclude the traffic.
Right.
Josh, all right, I spoke to you before, okay? So let me just make this very clear, okay? So when you got out after the accident, we were conducting the traffic crash investigation. You informed me that you wanted to call your lawyer, okay? Since that has passed, the crash investigation concluded from Officer Ganthier. You remember that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and like I said, I'm conducting a criminal investigation moving forward for DUI, okay? Because I have reason to believe that you were driving impaired. All right, before you say anything else, I'm just going to read you something real quick, okay? I'm required to warn you. All right, how about let's sit you down? Let's sit you down. All right, Josh, I'm required to warn you before you make any statement that you have the following constitutional rights. You have the right to remain silent and not answer any questions. Any statement you make must be freely and voluntarily given. You have right to the presence and representation of a lawyer of your choice before you make any statement and during any questioning. If If you cannot afford a lawyer, you're entitled to the presence and representation of a court-appointed lawyer before you make any statement and during any questioning. If at any time there's an interview you do not wish to answer my questions, answer any of my questions, you're privileged to remain silent. I can make no threats or promises to induce you to make the statement. This must be of your own free will. Any statement can be and will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand these rights that I read them to you? Josh, look at me.
Yes.
So you understand them?
Yeah.
Okay. I have reason to believe that you're driving impaired, okay? Would you be willing to conduct road sobriety tasks to dispel my alarm that you are driving impaired? What'd you say?
No.
No. Okay. Just understand that I have to make a decision based off everything that I've seen so far, okay? Everything from the crash up to now, okay? So,
There's no impairment.
I understand. So, would you like to conduct road sobriety tasks?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes? All right, stand up and let's go over here to my car. So, stay right here, Josh, right here. Put your feet together, just like this, like you're touching, and your hands down at your side, okay? With your right index finger, can you show me your right index finger? Do you know your right from your left?
Yeah, apparently I don't.
Okay, can you show me your right index finger, please? This is your index finger, right? Okay. Josh, look at me real quick. This is your index finger, right?
I understand that.
Okay. Can you point to the tip of my pen, please, with your right index finger? So I know exactly that you know that my pen is the tip of the pen. Okay. All right, you can put your hands down at your side and your feet together like I said. Okay, what I'm gonna have you do is the first task, okay? Josh, keep your feet together.
No, I got.
Your feet are not together, so keep them together so we can start. And your hands down at your side. Okay, so you're either going to listen to me or you're refusing to conduct the road sobriety tasks, all right? Which one is it?
No. What choice do I have?
I just gave you the choices. You refuse, you help me dispel your alarm that you're driving impaired. Can you keep your hands out of your pocket, please? Do you wish to continue, yes or no? Okay.
No, it's
You're done.
no.
No, you're done. Don't fight. Don't fight. Don't fight. You're done.
Don't resist him, dude. All right? All right. Again, just catch another charge from the ring, all right? I appreciate you being cool. Thank you very much, all right? Thank you.
Josh, you're under arrest for DUI, okay?
Dude.
Do you have any weapons on you?
No.
Any narcotics?
No.
Anything in the car?
No.
Okay.
Here's what the law says about each issue. Florida Statute Section 316.193 defines DUI as operating a vehicle while impaired. To the extent that normal faculties are affected, the statute requires two elements: impairment and operation of a motor vehicle. The source of impairment, alcohol, medication, or any substance, is legally irrelevant. What matters is its effect on the driver's faculties. Illinois v. Gates, 1983 established. The totality of circumstances standard. for evaluating probable cause. No single indicator is required to be decisive. Courts assess the cumulative weight of all factors: odor of alcohol, a child eyewitness statement, erratic driving, and documented cognitive confusion. During the interview phase, each independently. Relevant, collectively sufficient. The horizontal gaze nystagmus test is admissible in Florida courts as scientific evidence of impairment when administered by a trained officer following NHTSA protocol. Critically, a terminated or incomplete FST is not a gap in the prosecution's case. Under established Florida case law, refusal or inability to complete testing is itself admissible as evidence of consciousness of guilt. Graham versus Connor, 1989, established that an officer's decision to arrest and use force must be objectively reasonable under the totality of circumstances. The standard is applied at the moment of decision, not in hindsight. 3 factors govern: severity of the crime, whether the subject poses an immediate threat, and whether active resistance is present. All 3 are satisfied here. Search authority post-arrest derives from 2 cases. Chimmel versus California, 1969, permits a search incident to arrest of the area within the arrestee's immediate control. South Dakota versus Opperman, 1976, authorizes an inventory search of a lawfully impounded vehicle. Both doctrines apply independently, providing dual legal grounds for any search conducted following the arrest. Birchfield versus North Dakota, 2016, held that a breath test incident to arrest does not require a warrant, while a blood draw does. This distinction matters when a subject refuses. Breath test refusal may carry criminal penalties under implied consent statutes, but blood draw refusal without a warrant cannot be criminalized. The law is clear. Let's see how each party measured up. Starting with the officer. The lead officer receives a grade of A-. Legal compliance was strong. Miranda was administered at the correct transition point, and the prior invocation of counsel was properly honored before criminal questioning resumed. Tactically, probable cause was built methodically across 3 independent indicators before any arrest decision was made. Professionalism remained consistent throughout, including post-arrest communication. The deduction reflects 1 gap. The officer did not verbally exclude crash-related injury. As an alternative explanation for the driver's kids, inability to complete testing a notation that would have closed a defense avenue. Turning to the driver receives a grade of D. Compliance was absent at the critical stage. Physical resistance during a lawful arrest added criminal exposure beyond the DUI charge itself. Rights assertion was legally inconsistent. Counsel was invoked, then field sobriety testing was voluntarily agreed to without counsel present, undermining the protection that invocation provides. Under Berghaus versus Tompkins, a prior documented refusal on record eliminated any mitigating argument that this was an isolated lapse in judgment. The cumulative conduct impaired operation, crash, endangered children, and active resistance produced an outcome entirely of the driver's own making. This case leaves us with 3 legal lessons. Lesson 1. Impairment source is legally irrelevant. Florida Statute 316.193 does not require alcohol. Any substance that impairs normal faculties satisfies the statute. Officers and prosecutors need not establish the specific substance consumed, only its observable effect on the driver's faculties. Second, Lesson 2. Verbal on-camera documentation matters. When a subject cannot perform field sobriety testing, officers must verbally state on camera whether a crash-related injury has been assessed and ruled out as an alternative explanation. Without that notation, defense counsel retains a narrow but exploitable ambiguity that the footage alone cannot resolve. Finally, Lesson 3. An incomplete FST is not a case gap. Under Florida case law, inability or refusal to complete standardized field sobriety testing is independently admissible as evidence of consciousness, of guilt. A terminated test does not weaken the prosecution. It adds to the evidentiary record. These principles extend well beyond this case. Let us know in the comments if there are police interactions or legal topics you would like us to analyze. Thank you for watching.